And we are live. Hey everyone, how you all doing today? My name is Voice of Reason 467, and apologies for the late appearance of this. I've been meaning to go ahead and do a stream these last few days, but I haven't exactly felt all that well. So I figured I would go ahead and hold on for a second. My controller isn't quite registering for some reason. I don't know why. There we go. Okay. Um, but I haven't exactly felt up to it. And I've been tired and, you know, so not exactly too sure why that is. But yeah, we're back now and we are going to be doing a blast from the past known as Jade Empire. So, I had to do a couple of fixes here and there at the last moment because I wasn't exactly aware of some of the problems with this game. But it is by and large one of the best games I've played in quite a long time. And it's not, and the sound's not picking up for some reason. Don't know why that is. Hold on, let's see if we can fix that real quick. Let's see here real quick. Sound Blaster HX, right? Let's go ahead and see here real quick. That's other thing there. Okay, all right, just making sure I'm getting the right one. All right, there we go. Should be up and running. Let me make sure other sounds are coming through it real quick, just to be certain here real quick. Hold on. See here if this is... Huh. Weird. It's not showing it. Maybe I have to restart the thing here. Hold on for a second. Let me just go ahead and do this real quick. Alright, there we go. That looks like it's done.
Cardio works 24/7.
Yep, okay. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties, as you might imagine. But yeah, we're going to be doing a little bit of a blast from the past, as you might imagine. We're going to be playing Jade Empire. One of the best games, by and large, I consider to be from the Bioware era of things. Hold on, it might not be running. Oh wait, that's right, it's already running. My bad. So yeah, definitely one of those games with a more premier soundtrack and very, very good, if I might add. Hold on, let's see if we can go ahead and get it in any better. This game, by the way, is a must-played for controllers. So, and it looks like it's not capturing the game for some reason. Don't know why that is. Let's go ahead and do this here for a second. Just the video here. See if there's any setting we can do on this that will help. And nope. Guess I've got to go ahead and do games. Guess I've got to go ahead and do desktop capture then. So, yep. And there we are. Okay, just making sure the game is available. And yeah, so for those of you who don't know, this game was released in 2006, I think. I played the fuck out of it, and it's definitely a game that I'm going to have a lot of, great time with, that's for sure. When it comes down to it, yeah, like, we're going to be doing the monk playthrough because of certain efforts within the plot that make a little bit more sense for the character to look this way. Although to some people, this is a canonical version of the character. So yeah, and for those of you who don't know, this game is kind of like Star Wars in a sense. So yeah, you'll find out why that is very soon. But basically, a lot of people consider this to be the action RPG Star Wars premiere sort of game. In fact, I've got to go ahead and do something real quick. So I will be right back for a moment, if you don't mind. Never mind. My brother is sleeping right now. I was going to go ahead and tell him that I'm going to be streaming a game, one that I think he should definitely play. you know, for no other reason. That's a very interesting game. It's sort of an old game, but yeah, this game in particular, in other words. So we're gonna do Meng Zhang. Uh, yeah, here we go. Okay. So I'm just going to go and run through this just to give you guys an idea of what your character can go and get. Now you can get ridiculously powerful in here, and you can sort of make it so that way your character is more chi focused, if you would, or more balanced out, but a little bit chi focused here and there. Um, these particular stats are going to be used in dialogue. Like, for example, if you're more spiritually minded, you will have more spiritually minded um sort of dialogue choices that will, by and large, help you out quite a bit in terms of that. If you're more fit in your body and whatnot, you have more body health, you'll be able to intimidate quite a bit. If you're focused, you'll be able to like use certain. In other words, these stats help with dialogue choices as well as gameplay, which is what I, as well as in the combat itself. So yeah. Load an existing character into a Jade Empire, the Jade Master campaign. I forget, what is the Jade Master campaign? I haven't really played that one before. Let's look that up for a second real quick, alright? I want to look that up here. Hold on for a second. Jade Empire, Jade Master campaign. Oh, it's a new game plus, okay. Oh, it might not necessarily be that. Let's see. Stats carryover as well as styles and surplus style points. Last but not least, the learn text as well. The texts are relearnable. You get the bonus, but you cannot see it in the checklist. So make one of paper might so making one of paper might be an idea to be on the safe side. Gems are not carried over as you have noticed and won't pop up in your inventory any other way than the first time you played the game, meaning you have to find them along the way, just like the last time. Huh, okay. And again, you are right. The game takes your actual stats with the gems and writes them down as basis for the master save. So putting in high stats gems at the end is a good idea. I don't even know where else there is, what else there is, except from a shield gem maybe. The XP gems have served their purpose there and are no longer needed. But this will give you a small edge at best, as Jade Master is a masochistic difficulty and nothing else. Oh, so you're doing 25% damage while enemies do 350% damage. Holy Christ, that's just total bullshit. And if that does not sound bad enough, let me rephrase. You could barely put the pirates down the conventional means. What do you think will happen later on? Harmonic combos are the key to victory here, which leaves many opponents who are immune to them, or at least a part of them. Huh. Okay. By the way, harmonic combos, fucking fantastic. I love it. So yeah. See, what are the stats for the monk here exactly? So, as you can imagine, I'm still a little bit under the weather from the last few days here. So yeah.
I swear, one of these days I'll find a way around your guard.
Hmm. The music seems a little bit low. Let me turn that up here real quick. Hold on. Turn it up a little bit here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, as you can see here, as you're choosing your choices of responses, your character's face changes. He could give a little snarky response, could give one that's like really like demeaning in a lot of ways, and that's sort of a good indication as to what it is that you're choosing here. Honestly, this is sort of a piece of detail that I wish Bioware had actually kept in their games. That actually makes sense. But anyway, I'm gonna be more of a little bit playful here and there. So yeah.
For all that, he's trained you to be the best of us. You're not Master Lee yet. I would welcome another match with you, though.
I'm gonna turn
Let's
off the
say
subtitles
one
at
more
some
before we
time,
break for the
okay?
day.
So yeah.
Let us begin.
He's gonna be slightly coy, but also friendly. Ah, focus mode, my bad. He looked the wrong way. He was supposed to look
Did
the
you
other
see?
way.
Master Lee was watching. He may not show it, but he clearly takes pride in watching his students practice. I learn something every time we meet, proving that loss sometimes is the best teacher. Thank the heavens the bruises are worth it.
Loss is the best teacher, huh? Yep. Each bruise is a mark of your failure to learn our master's teachings. Ah! Nah, I'm not gonna be that way.
You are gracious as always.
You know?
I regret that there won't be much time for such practice now that you've almost finished your training. Master Lee told me to pass on that you should speak to him when you have the chance. He said you could take your time, so you need not rush. He specifically told me that it was no rush, so I didn't think it would be vital. Besides, who could turn down a chance to practice with you? You have some time to wander the school and talk with other students. Smiling Mountain likely has some of the younger students available if you want to spar. I shall leave you to it. Take care, my friend.
This is always a great game. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this one here. We're gonna play this as well as Mass Effect. We're gonna be taking a bit of a break from yeah. So for those of you who don't know, the actual morality system is the open palm and closed fist. And while I would necessarily explain it to you, the game does an adequate job of explaining itself as well. But it's a little bit misleading, and I'll explain that as we get to that. But let's see. Let's go ahead and go through audio controls, I think. Nope, that's not it. Feedback. Here we go. Here we go. Dialogue only. No movies. All. None. There we go. Controller vibration. Yep. Okay, there we go. I like how the character gets in a little bit of a stance when he's going from side to side, you know, and then he goes back a little bit here. But it's unfortunate that there's no like diagonal back move. That's unfortunate. That's like very much a missed opportunity there, but whatever. Fan, the Old Tongue, was the native language of one of many kingdoms struggling for supremacy before the empire was unified by Sagacious Tien, our first emperor. As the wars raged, constant shifts in territorial leadership spread the use of the Old Tongue. By the time Sagacious Tien formed the empire, the Old Tongue was so widely spread that it became a second official language of the empire, of the Jade Empire. Interesting.
Typical.
Okay. So we can go ahead and engage these students real quick, but I think we'll wait a little bit until we have to do that then. So yeah.
Oh, senior student. Not too many people come back here this time of day, so we thought we'd take a moment to practice. Would you like to join us? We could team up against you and learn from the best. This is good news. We'll try to go easy on you.
Leaping tiger.
Okay, just making sure I know how to.
You ready?
God damn. There we go.
That's enough. I didn't think we'd win, but it was an honor to face you. Thank you very much.
You know what?
We have to go. Smiling
I'm gonna go
Mountain's
ahead
been
and up the
teaching a
difficult.
class soon,
I'm gonna
and then
up
we
the
have weapons
difficulty here
training.
because that was a little bit too easy. In fact, I think my muscle memory from this game is like just way too good here. So let's go ahead and do. Yeah, we can't do Grandmaster. Can't do Jade Master yet because we have to like go through the game here. Yeah, I haven't played this game on PC. I played this game initially on PC. I mean, on PC, on the Xbox when it came out initially. But I haven't played it on PC, as you can see, so yeah.
I am healed.
Dude, there's some kind of... No, not that. Let's see, there should be some kind of mini-map. Like at the top there, but there isn't. Should be an option to be able to bring it up, but I don't think it's there. Heavenly Wave, Leaping Tiger, okay. Yeah, the mini-map isn't available. Don't know why that is. It's dumb. Kinda dumb. Understanding the stars and the universe is a very important goal. By examining the universe, we can interpret and predict things to come. The sky is where the great dragon was said to dwell, and in his illustrious home, we can see the signs of its effects on creation. Of the observable phenomena, three major ones are the most auspicious. Comets, the flames of the heavens, passing across the sky, eclipses during which the power of the gods blocks the sun for brief periods, and falling stars, marking the descent of one of the celestial bureaucracy to the earth. By the way, in this universe, all of that is true. There's like very little that's like misunderstood in this universe here of these kinds of phenomenon. Harmonic combinations, okay? To fight without thought is suicide. The path to victory is laid out one step at a time, each ahead of your opponent. Harmonic combinations demand the use of two styles in rapid succession. The first must be of the class called Support, the second from the class known as Marshal. Ah, okay. Well, it looks like I don't have to really explain harmonic combinations in, because the game does it for me. Obviously, I already knew that, but, you know. Timing is the key. Begin with a focused disabling effect, and quickly follow with a with a powerful bare hand blow. The two actions working in concert will create a harmonic channel in your chi and wreak havoc upon your foes. You must be swift as the wind, as the window to create the harmony is limited. Disabling your foe close swiftly is as you change style and strike with all available force. Let nothing stand in your way, but beware. Opponents of great strength may possess the training to resist this technique. The thought will guide you to victory. Harmonic combinations will ensure the journey is swift.
I am healed.
So yeah, this particular guy, Win, is someone we can learn a little bit about the Empire too. In fact, he more or less builds quite a bit of the lore regarding this. Oh man, there's no backflips, just forward. Oh, that sucks. Anyways.
It's an honor to be approached by the school's most senior student. My mother had high hopes for the school when she sent me here from the capital. Sometimes I wonder if I'm ready to train with others of such skill. Even in the robes of a junior student, I feel a long way from my home in the Imperial City.
You believe that you're inferior, you make it true.
You're right. Sometimes I just feel that I'm so far behind you that I may never catch up. I will just have to work twice as hard to catch up to your level of skill. Even then, it will take a long time to be your match. How long have you studied with Master Lee? You and Dawnstar both had a lifetime of training under Master Lee. He is stern with you, but you sure can see that he's proud as well. I'm sorry. I shouldn't pester you with my questions. Is there something you need?
We'll go ahead and come to him a little bit later here. Let's go ahead and
Goodbye. Take care of yourself.
we'll go ahead and come to him a little bit later in terms of like what he has to say here. So yeah. We're gonna go ahead and go to Smiling Mountain because, you know, he has something to tell us about the open palm and the closed fist.
I thought Master Lee would have your attention for the rest of the day. It is good to see you. I know you haven't had much time for simple sparring. It is too bad. Your fellow students benefit from your experience. A strong opponent is the best trainer. I am charged with giving whatever instruction I can, but my insights deal more with the philosophy of combat than the skills themselves. Master Lee is very strict about what is taught here, because martial skill is a pathway to great power, and that holds certain risks. It is not just good over evil. Few things in life are that simple. The common way to say it is, do you follow the way of the open palm or the closed fist? A term for the high path, or perhaps the way of restraint and harmony. Many aspire to it, but few achieve it. It is a path of resisting tyranny. Of course, the source of that tyranny varies. It is just as dangerous coming from without as within. external sources is easy to find and fight. Defending those who cannot defend themselves is a reasonable example. But when your abilities are so much greater than those around you, there is the temptation to set everything right by might alone. That is tyranny from within. True, but that can become a convenient excuse. Eventually you may decide that even direct violence is too inefficient for someone of your strength. It is a small leap from there to enforcing your will so that the crime never takes place. Suddenly you are the oppressor, when all you wanted to do was make things right. This way of the open palm is not without its hidden dangers, despite the best of intentions. It is the low path, the way of aggression and discord. A misunderstood path often misused by those who wish to justify a thuggish nature. It is not as simple as crushing your enemies or as mindless as terrorizing the weak. It is a mindset born of impatience, of imposing your will. An evil man might ignore a plea for help because he does not care, but that shows a disconnection with the world. That is not part of the way. A man on the low path might also ignore that plea, but he would do so because that person should demonstrate they are fit to survive on their own. The difference is in the details. That same man might help if the odds are unreasonable. He might also do it to incur favor. There is thought in his actions. He is not a mindless killer, but he may let strength decide what course is best. That is why it is a dangerous path. It can so easily be misinterpreted. You are the sum of your actions. The harmony or discord that you sow will weigh on your shoulders as surely as any physical yoke. But there can be advantages. Certain forms of attack inherently lean toward one extreme or the other. They have a rhythm that resonates within you. You may find that some attacks perform better if you are more intent on causing discord. How you use this is for you to discover and decide.
Yeah.
I am charged with giving...
Okay.
Goodbye. I am here if you need anything.
So, as you might imagine, you might think that this is like a really, really deep and philosophically in-depth system. Unfortunately, the way in which the game plays out is that it's basically like, do you want to become a hero, a sort of classic sort of person who's like very righteous and very much for justice and whatnot, and you never end up becoming tyrannical at all, except for one choice in the ending, by the way, that this might actually come about. Or do you just want to be a thug? Yeah, it's not very good, honestly. The thought it put into it is like good in terms of like what it was intending to do, but the overall execution is not at all very good at all. So yeah. That's something you'll find out as
Oh, you're finally here to talk to Master Lee, are you? I certainly hope so. The old man is in there meditating, and he won't train me until he talks to you. Really? You would have dropped everything to make way for me. I don't think so. You're far too important to waste time worrying about my education. Master Lee certainly considers your training important enough to shove all others aside, so why shouldn't I bow down to your greatness? You don't want my answer to that question. Go talk to one of your sandal-licking friends and let them tell you I'm jealous. Try Lynn. She'll say anything to please you just to see your simpering little smile. Pathetic. Master Lee wants to talk to you. Do me a favor and go talk to him. Then maybe I can actually receive some education at this school.
Ah, there you are, my student. I watched your bout against Jingwu with great pride. You have gained almost all you can from the practice arena. You are my best pupil, though you came to me an orphan. I have tried to prepare you for the responsibility your skills will bring. Have you given thought to your future?
Perhaps I will train others as you have trained me.
Your lessons are complete. Remember these basic skills and keep them at heart. But also remember the classes are not a true measure of ability. Always be ready to learn. I recall that, as a child, you fell and bruised your arm. I comforted you, saying that small pains are part of learning, but not every setback imparts wisdom. You must be careful. Sometimes all you learn in defeat is that you have been defeated. This world is out of balance. Spirits grow restless, and you have a role to play that I have kept secret. Those who announce their important destiny before they are ready tend to meet unfortunate ends. The wise only seek attention when capable of dealing with it. The people are scared. I do not have all the answers, but I know you will become very important to the fates of many. You will be called to face a great evil.
Master! Master Lee!
What is this interruption? This had better be important. There is much to say.
Master! Nijo came to warn me. He saw a boat from the outlook past the fields. Strange outlaws. They fired something at him. And Kiamin was injured.
Where is she now?
Still outside the village by the outlook. Nijo couldn't carry her. Please come, Master Lee. The bandits are not at the village yet, but they could arrive at any time.
We will have to continue our discussion later, my student. It appears we have more pressing matters. You will have your chance to fight soon enough. Go to Gujin, the weapon master. He has a weapon for you, and you will have need of it before long. On your way, make certain Dawnstar is aware of the danger. Her skills have always complemented yours.
Oh, that's good to
so
hear.
take her
Then
with you.
they're
Prepare
deify.
yourself for a potential attack while
I'm just gonna
tend to
call
my
you
fallen
Norma.
student.
Okay.
I will return as soon as
That
I
name's
can.
a little bit
We will
too
continue our
unwieldy for
discussion
me.
when the threat
But
is
yeah,
over.
this game is actually fairly good. I remember playing this game quite a bit when I was a kid, back in the original Xbox days. This is my first time, not my first time playing it on the PC, because I've like clocked in about 20-30 hours about into it. But you know, it's like my first time streaming here, so yeah. By the way, I've always found it a little bit strange that they would put like that they would give you total spoiler alert, by the way, if you haven't really played it, but just let me know if you don't really care about spoilers or not. If you do, I'll just go ahead and zip it. But one things that they do is that they make it so that way you have like one of your love interests is the princess, who is clearly like interested in you, but she's just thrusted upon you. I've always found Dawnstar to be the sort of character I would rather have my main character be with, primarily because, one, it makes sense. You know, you've grown up with her, you've actually you've known her your whole life. You clearly have like some kind of relationship going on with her, and she has somewhat of an infatuation with you in some degree or another. You know, and it's very easy to sort of get that going there. But yeah.
Dawnstar will be near her garden at the entrance to the school. Gujin will be in his shop near the village gate, up the stairs from the village square. Good. The time comes when you will know all you need to. For now, keep the basics at heart.
Okay, there we go. There's the mini-map. I forgot you have to unlock the mini-map first. So, yeah.
What's the matter, Dawnstar? Are you scared that Master Li might find out?
There is talk of approaching bandits, and you bother me with unsubtle advances. How very like you, Gao. No doubt a tactic learned from your criminal father.
His name is Gao the Greater, and he built a fortune out of some ragged thieves and slave traders. If my charm can't lift your spirit, I'll buy the ground from under you.
Flaunting your father's undeserved wealth does not impress me, Gao. It only serves to push me further away.
Oh yeah, totally. This game definitely deserves a remake or at least a remaster. Hell, if it gets a remake, redo some of the combat or whatever, so you know, as well as like make the make it so that way the closed palm and the open fist morality system is a little bit less clunky in execution. Let me just say that, okay?
You step beyond your station. She and I are discussing her future.
Thank you, Gao, but I'll pick my own poison. Now leave, and if you'd be so kind, stay downwind.
I won't forget this, Dawnstar. You show great disrespect. You as well. You will not take all the glory if there is an attack. We are not through.
Honestly, I wish the morality system was a little bit more complex in terms of what it shows in terms of dialogue. So, but that's just my personal view, you know?
Gao never learns. He acts like he's above Master Li's teachings. Such are the conceits of wealth, I suppose. I appreciate that you arrived when you did. That is nice to hear. Gao could learn much from you if you wanted to learn anything from anyone. What does Gao the Lesser ever want? He's convinced that he can buy everything, and that includes people. He's a spoiled little man. I'd rather not dwell on him. Let's not increase his influence by talking about him after he's gone. What is it you wish? Yes, he said you were coming. He just passed here with C. Pat on his way to help Kia Min. It's strange that simple bandits would launch such a raid. Master Li was concerned that this would interrupt your training. His respect for your potential is just so absolute. Has he told you any more about your future? I don't like your bad feelings. They always end up being right. Remember the grass fire? Half of the field's gone in a day, and you knew it would happen.
Good playthroughs. Obviously, like I'm much more interested in playing the good guy as a main character. A lot of people for whatever reason, like preferring like to play the bad guy when it comes to to games like this, really. But I prefer to do a good playthrough first and then an evil playthrough later, just to see what it is I might have missed, you know.
You said you felt the lightning coming, but not even Master Lee knows the weather like that. I trust your instincts. You are full of such promise. I can see into the spiritual, an ability that grants some insight, but it doesn't seem to be useful for anything other than keeping me awake at night. I helped Master Lee discover the unrest that shapes your future, but I see only problems, while you are destined to find solutions. I envy you for that. I'm glad. You have always kept your feet on the ground. What does Master Lee say? That you should keep the basics close to heart? Let's go get your weapon from Guzhin's workshop. It shouldn't be too hard to fend off simple bandits. They're foolish to attempt such an attack.
Also, not to mention the way in which the evil or the closed fist plays through, it makes your character kind of seem like a little bit of a brat. And I don't know, Master Lee just doesn't come off as someone who would probably try to train someone like yourself as a bit of a brat. Like, he wouldn't stand for that kind of shit, so you know.
Of course. Good company will make the walk go faster.
But yeah.
Nice little town you have here. Not a lot of guards, are there? How are your stocks of food?
I don't know you. Why are you asking me all these questions?
This town isn't well guarded. Forget it, let's just start looting. We'll get first crack at the good stuff.
You're right. This isn't worth it.
I can't believe they've moved so quickly. We need your weapon. Guzhin will be in his shop north of the main stairs.
It's so awful. They killed him.
Heavens, no!
This building is Guzhin's place. As soon as we can, we should see him to arm ourselves.
Ujoir Shatir Uksayana. Saloni Karpa.
Hello, Weapon Master Guzhin. Good day to you.
Swovo here Ufir wa Kwanpak. Wotarawer Fuir Nukair Fun Chiki. Ukair Otonoai Nisun Punoa Sir Tsunkut. If you'd prefer, I don't need to use Thofan. Now, what brings you here? Already? I assume you dealt with them, and the rest are in for quite a surprise when they get here. Well, no time to waste. Dawnstar, I watched you practice with that new blade yesterday, and I must say you take to it naturally. I want you to keep it and use it as your own.
This is a great honor. A good weapon is a true warrior's most treasured possession.
You know, You came here with Master Li as just a babe. I came not long after, and I've been holding on to a weapon for you ever since. Well, two, actually. But you need to choose which one you'll take. Master Li wants you to stay focused on your first weapon.
Oh, it came out in 2006. Yeah, it's a very old game. It was created by Bioware after they did the, or actually, let me double check on that. I'm not entirely too sure. Did it come out in 2006 or 2005? Hold on real quick. Jade Empire release date. Yeah, 2005. My bad. I thought it was 2006. Oh yeah, that's right. 2006 was when the special edition came out. My bad. My bad. So yeah, 2005. This was when this was like right after the hit game. Yeah. This was right after the hit game Knights of the Old Republic came out. So yeah. And they wanted to do something different rather than a sequel to Knights of the Old Republic. That's when they went ahead and let Obsidian do KOTOR 2, but they decided to, well, you know, they decided to do something a bit different here. Which, by the way, for the record, this is kind of a Star Wars-esque game. It hits very similar beats to Star Wars in a lot of ways. The idea was to take the bread and butter of the original trilogy of Star Wars, sort of the what happens there, if you would, and translate it into an Eastern mythos sort of fashion. So when did Master Li find these weapons?
I don't know where your master acquired these, but he has honored me with the care of two legendary weapons. You may arm yourself with either the legendary longsword, Fortune's favorite, or the famed staff, Golden Star.
By the way, in the, unfortunately, the, what was it, the staff and whatnot, used to be, hold on real quick, in the special edition for the Xbox, I think I should go ahead and mention this real quick. In the special edition for the Xbox, Jade Empire weapons, it was actually like a monk's staff of some kind. I forget what it's called specifically. Weapons special edition. Xbox. I'm gonna try to find a. See if I can find a picture of it. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, this is what the actual staff looked like here, as you can see. So, you know, and it would have looked perfect for this character, but unfortunately, that's not what the staff actually like looks like now. So, you know, it just looks like a regular staff. It was called something different. I forget what it's called though. But yeah, it's a fairly well-known, like, sort of a weapon, if you would.
They say Golden Star was forged as a gift to a water spirit of the Silkworm River. A young noble convinced the great Eastern Serpent to fly him to the stars, where he dipped this staff in the tail of a comet. It could be pure fantasy, but the staff certainly isn't. It's strong and has an excellent reach. Your foes will tremble if they see you wielding it.
Oh yeah, Mass Effect is pretty good. As far as the game goes, it's pretty well done, the very first game. The second game, on the other hand, I have some problems with it, primarily because from what I've heard, that they've decided to go ahead and assuage the sort of heat mechanic for your guns and just make it into a regular third-person shooter, wherein like you have to manage ammo. So yeah, not a fan of that. I'm also not a fan of them taking away the Mako segments as well, one which you can go ahead and which you're, well, I just say you can actually like explore the planets, and it allows you to actively find various different quests off on the side that you wouldn't normally found, which is great. It adds an element of exploration to the game that you wouldn't normally get. However, in the second game, they just have you scan planets for resources, and that's it. You don't, and you might find a mission or two there during the scanning process, but you don't actually go down to the planet and do that. Which, like, honestly, I am not a fan of that. And I'm not a fan of them turning it into more of a third-person shooter in Mass Effect 2. However, it does still straddle the line between RPG and third-person shooter. But man, am I not a fan of what they did with the shops in Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 3, on the other hand, oh man, is it just like full-on third-person shooter from there on there. That's unfortunate. Anyways, let's continue the game.
If you decide you truly don't like it, however, you can come see me after the bandits are dealt with. One more thing you need to know. These weapons strike with deadly precision, but to wield them safely, you must focus with each strike. Master Li has been training you so that you'd be ready for this kind of weapon. And the drain won't be crippling, but you will get tired over time.
Well, given it's Bethesda, and given from what we've seen so far, and given from what we know of Bethesda, I'm going to assume it's going to be more like Fallout in space. Because that seems to be all they really know how to do.
That you should. Those people will be looking to you for leadership until Master Li gets back. I know you'll do well.
Senior student. Oh, excuse me, Weapon Master. I did not mean to interrupt.
Calm down, student. What has you so flustered?
The bandits. They've already been sighted down by the beach, and they're making their way toward the town.
I hope it's good, but I don't really expect it to be good. My expectations is that it's going to release, it's going to be buggy as shit. It's going to look horrendous to a large degree. The way in which the game is going to probably play is going to be okay. But it's mostly going to appeal to Fallout 4 fans, which I'm not one of those, so you know.
They're making their way toward the town now. The few men in the militia weren't able to stop them. Master Li hasn't returned yet with Kia Min. I'm sure he will be back before long, but we must depend on you until he returns. I don't know, but their ship is large. There could be many of them. You have to help, senior student.
Yeah, New Vegas was pretty good. I haven't really played it all that much, so I can't really speak to it too much, but yeah, it's definitely a lot better from what I've seen.
I will run to the school and seal the gates. Make your way to the beach and teach these bandits a lesson. I know you can.
You've done well, lad. Go back to the school now. Your friends have some new weapons they're dying to try out, I'm sure.
Yeah, I hear a lot of good things from Outer Worlds, so, you know.
Leaping Tiger. Leaping tiger.
You ready?
Careful, these ladders are no.
Kill anyone in our way. Strip this village bare. You cannot descend. You can't fight us. There's no...
I knew someone from the school would help. No one else could. Please, my boy Nijo is trying to fight them down on the beach, but we need someone skilled.
I can hear fighting to the east. We have to push these bandits back off the beach.
The heavens, you came down. Leaping
Ah, damn. Could have done a save there. Yeah, they do, but at the same time, they're not that extensive. So yeah,
Nice little town you have.
you can get a
Not a
lot
lot
of
of
different martial arts here, martial arts points, but yeah.
heavenly wave. Leaping tiger.
Oh, sorry, my brother was messing with me there for a second. What is it? Yeah. I mean, you definitely do get better martial arts moves.
Leaping tiger. Heavenly wave. Leaping tiger.
I can't believe they've moved so quickly. We need your weapon. Gujin will be in his shop north of the main stairs.
Okay, we're gonna skip a lot of that dialogue there
It's
since
so
we just
awful.
experienced that.
They
so.
killed him.
Heavens, no!
This building is Gujin's place. As soon as we can, we should see him to arm ourselves.
What? If
Hmm.
anything, everything. I don't know where
Okay.
they say. Master Lee has been trained.
Senior student. Oh, I will.
So I believe you don't exactly get a level until much later. So yeah, let's go ahead and do a save here real quick, just so that way we don't have to do that. Yeah, this is an RPG. It's basically an action RPG, if you would. So yeah.
Leaping tiger.
Careful, these ladders are no.
Kill it.
I knew someone from the school would help. Please.
All right then, they're a lot better there. Let's go ahead and do another save here real quick, just so that way we don't have to do that all over again.
I can hear fighting to the east. We have to push these bandits back off the beach.
Thank the heavens. Stand.
God damn, man. Guy with the sword is so fucking just... Yeah. Yeah, all they have is a simple block system here. That's kind of lame, honestly. But, you know, the technology at the time probably wouldn't have allowed it.
Thank the heavens.
God damn, man, this guy with the sword is just a pain in the ass here. I might just have to go ahead and simply lower the difficulty on this one here.
Came down here.
God damn. Yeah, I'm gonna have to lower the difficulty here just so that way these guys stop killing me. Because this is just like... These guys should not hit that hard on that. No, you actually don't have ranged attacks at this point in the game here. Ranged attacks are basically magical. But you don't have any at the moment. So let's see here. Difficulty, yeah. Let's go to master. God damn, man, I got a little bit too in there. Jeez.
Thank the heavens. They're animals. Heavenly wave.
There we go. That's a lot better. Yeah, I should start using that a little bit more often with the lieutenants and whatnot. So, yeah. There we go. Let's go and replenish our chi here. Yeah. When you do harmonic, when you do like little things like this, for example, I can't do it right now. I'll show you later. Basically, when you press X and you hit someone with your ability, with your little support ability here, and you switch over to here and you do a little bit of a hard strike here, you basically blow up anyone else in there. That's like called an harmonic combo. So, yeah.
Yet another village with no purpose. I will replenish our supplies and continue my search elsewhere. You will all, of course, have to die.
Leaping tiger. Heavenly wave.
You're in.
Fire, look out.
Leaping tiger.
Heavenly wave.
Leaping tiger.
Heavenly wave.
God damn it.
Leaping tiger. This is
Heavenly wave.
You cannot.
Alright, there we go.
What are you? Your skills are more than this tiny village warrants. But I also see something strange, an oddity. You could be an anomaly or a sign of who I seek. A further test is needed. These mercenaries are not the only threat I command. Let us see you contend with this.
That's magic right there.
Leaping tiger. Heavenly wave. Heavenly wave. Leaping tiger.
Alright, good. Dawnstar took care of them. That's the great thing about having companions in this game is that some of your companions can take care of the enemies, whereas like, you know, you're a little bit too busy doing your thing. You know, try to keep yourself alive.
Impressive. Clearly, I have been too dismissive in my search. This village will be torn asunder. Whatever you are hiding, I will have it.
Seriously, Master Lee didn't even leave the goddamn
You will die now,
school
so
grounds?
I'm
Are you
not
kidding me
troubled
here?
later.
Wait, how did he make it on the other side of there, going from the beach to... Ah, fuck it.
You! Well fought, my student, but I cannot risk you against a foe like this yet.
So blatant. We never thought to look in so humble a place. We expected an army. Your strategy, as always, is impeccable.
Your search is over, assassin, but no one will hear of your success.
It would seem that my past is catching up to me, and you are destined to be swept along. You have faced your first spirit opponents far sooner than I intended. Dawnstar can explain the nature of such creatures. I must go and make sure everything is in place. I thought I had more time, but perhaps you are ready. Do not be so quick to thank me. My influence caused this attack. You were not meant to see this yet, but now there is no choice. I will explain the school. You have done well, but more than this awaits you. See to your fellow villagers and students, and return to me at the school. We have a great deal to discuss.
Alrighty, let's see here. Yeah. So as you can see here, this is what we'll be leveling up. And these particular stats here are very important because they will actually, let me just say, this allows you to, shall we say, intimidate people. This allows you for a spiritual insight in terms of your dialogue to give you like the ability to convince people spiritually through certain dialogue choices. And this one does it through like, you know, convincing people to do things or to step aside or whatever through the focus effort. In fact, the focus, the higher your focus, the more of the environment you'll be able to see in the sense. In other words, you'll be able to sense, what was it? With high enough focus, you'll be able to see certain things with the environment, be able to click on them, which will give you better loot too, as well. When you're like looting whatever is in the environment at the point in time. So yeah. In fact, what was it? Intuition, intimidation. Oh, wait a second. Spirit is intimidation? Huh, I thought that was body. Oh, body is intimidation as well as charm. Okay. Yeah. I guess that makes sense. Why would spirit be intimidation though? You would assume the spirit would give you charm rather than intimidation. Whatever. Let's go ahead and go with body for right now. Alright, let's do them all real quick. So, yeah. Okay. Go and do that.
We fought well against those bandits, but I had no idea Master Li could command that kind of power. He destroyed that ship so easily. This is so confusing. Master Li said I could explain the nature of spirits, but these were different. That sorcerer forced them to appear like wild dogs let loose. So many spirits seem lost, as if the way to their rest is blocked. I didn't think they were dangerous, but those on the beach, I sensed madness. Time drove them mad. You disrupted them by defeating them in combat. They will not reform for a long time. I hope there is peace in that, but I don't know. So much is worrying me. I was worried enough when we were expecting bandits. Now it seems there are dangers we don't even know about. Master Li called that sorcerer an assassin. Assassins don't attack at random. They have very specific prey. I don't want anything to happen to this home.
I like the fact that the eyes wander, by the way, as she's talking, because that's actually how people speak and talk with one another. You know, they don't always remain eye contact. Sometimes their eyes wander. Sometimes their head goes from one side to another as you're talking. I like that. That's a great point. I've always hated when which you've had games that are primarily predicated upon dialogue to some degree, who you do a little bit of a whenever you choose something here like that, like they should like have wandering eyes and like, you know, rather than just simply looking straight at you in your direction. I've always hated that.
Names or titles are often given based on significant events or particular skills. I was apparently named for a red glow opposite the morning sun on the day of my birth. I have no other information than that. I remember moving around a lot, and for some reason the robes of that sorcerer looked familiar to me. I don't know why. I'm sure it's nothing, just the memories of childhood playing tricks, with glimpses of the spirit realm invading my thoughts. I could have seen them anywhere. I can't remember specific incidents, but I am used to being shunned. People are not very welcoming of those who appear to not let the dead lay peacefully. Master Lee said I was brought to him by a concerned ally who received me from yet another person. That person wanted me safe, but he said he couldn't ensure it himself. Master Lee doesn't know who that guardian was or what I needed protection from. He promised to look into it, but he's not had time. Your training has taken precedence. My abilities are just a curiosity. You are the center of attention here. I prefer it this way. I can just be.
There you go again with your playful words. I never know when you're serious or what my reaction should be.
Thanks for this talk. The events on the beach worried me, but you always improve my mood. Let's get back to what you need to do. I don't want to think about it too much. Manipulating chi has not come as naturally to me as it has to you. The things I do are different. I can see spirit shapes and hear the odd whisper. Master Lee was surprised, but he has not had time to look into it further. Your training is his primary interest. Hopefully I'll find my skills useful for more than just keeping me up at night. Could we go on to something else? We are all spiritual creatures. When we die, our spirits are released to find their way to the underworld. The journey eases the transition from life to death. If their time among the living was troubled or painful, spirits sometimes get lost. They can seem.
I'm going to turn down the music here so that way we can hear the voices. Or rather, I'm probably going to go ahead and simply just up the volume of the voice here. So
they say what they need to say and then are drawn to the underworld.
I'm just doing it primarily for my own sake. In fact, let me go ahead and turn down the volume here real quick because I thought it needed to be turned up a little, but nah, it just needs to be turned down. There we go, yeah. That way I can be heard rather than the actual, thing here. So yeah.
If a person's life was very traumatic, his or her spirit can lose its way for a long time. They can go mad trapped in the world of the living. Maddened spirits change. They lose their connection to the living world and begin to channel darker emotions. They can be very dangerous. I've only seen hints of those. It's been enough. I'm very worried about what may be coming. I don't know. That's the kind of thing old men sit on mountains to discover. Some say it is a place of judgment. Maybe it's about reincarnation. You'd think we could just ask the spirits themselves, but if we can't really understand our own answers, how can we hope to fathom theirs? Well, we've already visited Gu Jin, who used to be a guard in the west, they say. Old Ming always has a story, and he's usually by the statue on the beach. Merchant Fen Do is in the village square. He's been expecting new goods any day now, for weeks. Oh, for training or learning the philosophy behind martial combat, go see Smiling Mountain. He is behind the ring, near the student quarters. He's always amusing.
Alright, we're done here.
Return to Master Lee so we can talk to you about this attack.
Alright, okay. So, anyways, I'm pretty much done at the moment. I'm gonna go ahead and give up the stream for right now. We're just gonna go ahead and save. So, you know, I didn't really want to go ahead and play all that long because, you know, to be perfectly honest, I want to get some pizza sometime soon. And I'm obviously going to have to wait about like a half an hour to maybe like an hour or whatever before we go ahead and start ordering it. But yeah, if you guys like the stream, let me know. Just like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys didn't like it, just give it a thumbs down. You know, just make sure to leave a critical comment so I know where to improve on. And, you know, if you did like the stream in particular and you want to know more, if you want to learn more about when it is I'm going to be uploading, hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified on that. Just, yeah, so